How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of Frankenstein. He's one of the strangest tales ever told. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. Well, we've warned you.
You have been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein films minute by minute. I'm Tom Lang.
And I'm Bill Evenson. And we are talking about minute 36 of the original 1931 Frankenstein. As we left last minute, Henry was telling Fritz to leave it alone.
Previously on Frankenstein Minute.
And, my assumption is Fritz takes this advice and decides to leave it alone. No,
not at all. Fritz shows his usual astute judgment here.
That's true. Good old trustworthy Fritz.
Yes, yeah. I'll just leave. He'll be fine.
Well, that shows, I think, where Henry's at. That he
doesn't follow up. No,
yeah.
He's got a lot to think about.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt he slept a lot in the last few days.
Yeah, and it's all about fire bad.
Bad?
That's all that happened that I'm still aware of in this. It's Waldman and it's Fritz causing, it's interesting. For some reason, we're talking about Henry. He's not even, at the beginning of this minute, he's already gone. But what's happening is Fritz is ruining it.
Ruining everything.
Yeah.
And then Waldman's not helping.
Right.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's showing, good judgment. I think I would probably be in the same boat. Yeah,
that's
this
one
is
of the
a
things
mess.
we've talked about before. In reality, Waldman's right.
Yeah.
But in Frankenstein universe,
in our sympathies obviously lie with Henry,
and now more so with the monster.
Yeah, well, that's
as we
the whole
start to
whole focus of the movie changes at this point.
Yeah,
and focus stops being on Henry a little bit and I think probably Whale knew that was happening. Colin Clive had to know that was happening.
Sure,
that this guy is walking away with this movie hands down.
In this scene, and I just thought of this as you were talking, so we'll see if it plays out. We actually get a shot from his point of view.
We do.
I don't think we've had that in this movie before. So yeah, we talk about the sympathy of one character taking over.
Yeah.
Actually, literally taking the shot from his point of view.
And that's a shot that was added back in.
Okay.
That's one of the missing shots that was only added in sometime in the 80s or 90s.
I was going to say, your 80s videotape that you watched the other day, not in there.
That close-up of Fritz poking the fire. Not there. Apparently it was too strong for 1937 audiences when it was reissued and had to pass through the production code, the more stringent.
I mean, this whole scene, or that whole part of this minute, it is tough stuff. Fritz is a completely sadistic asshole. He's gone well past any semblance of, he's not even yelling quiet.
No.
There's no
this is just purely to torment and taunt. It's like the older sibling, beating on the younger sibling.
I suppose that is what's happening here. It's Henry's sort of the father figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Fritz is a completely sadistic asshole, and I hate him, and I hope he dies.
Well, you might just get your wish.
One of the things I've noticed, too, is this torch and how it's used. The monster smacks at it, and little bits of fire are all over the floor.
Yeah, they scatter. Well, that happened in the previous scene too, up in the lab when Fritz is jabbing at him and he swings at it, knocks the chair over. But little sparks sort of scatter. I wonder nobody died during the making of this. It's amazing.
This is, and we're past all the Strickfad and stuff.
Yeah,
where no one died.
No one died.
And no fire started that we could see.
Not that I could find evidence of. No.
And no smoke. It had to be a smoky set. I wonder. It had to smell like kerosene. Well, what are
those? Yeah, I always wonder what those torches are made of. Yeah. Like, where does everybody get them? Because everybody has one at the end of the movie, and throughout all the sequels.
Yeah.
People have these torches and they just burn, but they don't burn down.
And is it because we exist in a time period, presumably, where People had torches. Was there such a time?
I don't know. I just don't know what they're made
in
of.
Roman times, were there a lot of torches on the walls?
Probably, yeah.
I don't think we're in Roman times.
I think we're in 1931. But...
Probably. That seems the most likely. Mary Shelley didn't exist in a time where there was... I think there was candles.
Candles.
Are there any candles in this movie?
Yeah, there's the one in front of his portrait on the piano in the early scene.
Okay. But torches are...
fluttering in the wind.
He could torture the monster with candles, too, I guess.
Oh, here's the thing, and I totally forgot to mention it last minute. Mm-hmm. When Fritz bursts in with the torch, in the script, it's almost shades of Young Frankenstein in that he's lighting a cigarette, which is exactly what Marty Feldman does that sets the monster off in Young Frankenstein. But it's Fritz is lighting a cigarette, and that sets the monster off, which is kind of ludicrous. And obviously it ended up that way in Young Frankenstein. Yeah. When it plays for comedy.
That's really interesting because I just from what I've seen of how Young Frankenstein was made, that's got to be a coincidence.
Yeah,
I can't imagine they.
No, I don't think they knew that.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they knew that. It's just
that's not the way Gene Wilder talked about it in DVD extras. He talked about it like I remember him talking about he watched Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, and then he names a movie that
doesn't exist.
I can't remember what it is. But it's like, I knew what you meant. You meant ghosts.
Yeah.
To a lesser extent, something Frankenstein.
Yeah. Frankenstein's daughter. No,
yeah,
that actually exists, though.
Oh,
Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter.
Oh.
Which, when I reference Northfield and Jesse James' days, she was nowhere to be found.
Frankenstein's daughter?
Yeah, she was nowhere.
You would think that would be a huge part of that. I know.
I was really disappointed. I'm never going back.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother.
No.
What about Frankenstein Conquers the World? Any idea what I'm talking? Did you know?
I do. Of course I do.
Because somebody sent a
kaiju.
GIF. Somebody sent a GIF. I think I'm saying that the way it's supposed to be said.
Yeah.
A large monster running through an airport, and I was like, "Do you even know what that is? That's War of the Gargantuans. That's the sequel to Frankenstein
Conquers the World."
All right. There's lots of Frankenstein movies, is what we're saying.
I still want to do the top 10 and bottom 10 at some point.
Well, does that one count? That's a Frankenstein movie?
It's a Frankenstein movie.
All right. I'll have to watch a lot of Frankenstein movies because I don't know if I've seen that many.
Oh, you haven't seen 20? Oh my God, there's hundreds. I could do,
Oh, well, then I'll have to do some research. I just got that one that I showed you. It's under H for Hammer. Revenge of Frankenstein. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's the direct sequel to Curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. If someone treated an animal this way, it would just be unwatchable.
Oh, yeah, it would be horrific.
There are some pretty awful things that happen in movies with animals at that time. I know, like, Rules of the Game has some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, that's...
Yeah.
They must
some of the Tarzan movies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting that in this case, it's so bad that it fades to black.
Yeah, we don't even...
And then you saying that some parts of it were cut out for theatrical release. I buy it. This is bad stuff.
Just the one shot of Fritz was cut out in 1937.
Okay.
When it was reissued, but
because it was disturbing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is it's disturbing.
Oh, it is. It's very disturbing.
This is awful. And Karloff he plays it that way. It's again,
terror,
there's that realism
it's
of him being, I'm kind of stuck behind a bench.
Sheer terror. He is like an animal backing into the corner.
Yeah. Can I get behind this bench
how can I get even further behind?
Or can I get out from it? And that's what he ends up doing is, well, I'll just see if I can maybe make my way out of it and swat at this asshole. So bad. You know, it's also odd to see the monster this way. We've talked ad infinitum about how we're going to see the monster progress over these movies. Yeah. But do we ever see the monster this vulnerable?
No, I don't believe we do.
So. Yeah, this is the formative time.
I think so. This is where maybe the criminal brain starts to kick in a little bit.
Sure, if you will.
If you will.
Yeah. If
you'll accept that.
And again, I think we would agree he's completely justified.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is very bad stuff.
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah. I don't know. There's not a court in the world that would convict him.
That's right. With this footage.
Yes. If you had this as evidence.
Yeah.
The body cam footage.
The body cam was turned on.
Yeah.
If Fritz kept his body cam turned on. Damn it, Fritz.
God.
Leave it to me. Oh, for Christ's sake.
If you screw up one more thing.
Why I oughta. So then...
you think Fritz ever got like a performance review?
It's a performance review. Well,
Here's
once again,
here's
this
another
year,
black
let's
mark.
go through the list.
You got wrong,
Convolutions on the frontal
wrong
lobe.
brain.
Bad news.
Yep.
What else did he screw up? Everything, pretty much.
Everything.
I asked you to climb the gibbet. What was your response?
No.
No.
You giving me
And
lip.
it was fine, right?
Yep.
When you got up there, it was
fine.
Yes,
Everything
it
was okay.
fine.
You let those people in when I asked you not to.
That's right. Leave it to me. I get rid of them. When I said to be careful while we were getting the coffin out of the ground.
Throwing your shovels around.
Throwing fucking shovels around. You're lucky you're not fired.
Yeah, so you're real lucky. There will be no Christmas bonus this year.
That's right. The bonuses this year have been suspended. So then we cut to we fade to black.
Fade to black.
Cut to a scene where Henry's got his nose in a book.
Well, I think I've always assumed they're going over his notes, organizing things, because later Waldman refers to finishing that.
Okay.
And that's pretty important stuff. Whether you agree ethically or not, this is an amazing accomplishment.
Yes.
And it should be very carefully documented.
Interesting.
It should have always, all the way through.
This.
You should have destroy it?
That's what I think they're doing.
Oh.
I think Waldman definitely wants to do this, but we got some time to get to that.
Right.
But I think at this point, Henry's so distraught, I think it would be odd to think that he's got his nose in a book because he's still working towards something. But maybe. I mean, when you are distraught, it's one of the things that you can do.
You can take some solace in doing your work.
So, okay, it could be that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Waldman is not on board.
Well, he enters reading a book, too.
Yes. They're talking about how can we kill this thing.
Maybe he's looking at,
I think I found a way.
101 fun and easy euthanasia techniques.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see how this turns out.
Yeah.
But their reverie, I don't know, is soon interrupted.
It's that great overhead camera on the crane shot that this set was built for, because I think you referenced ages ago, it's a very vertical set. And there's the gap in there where the camera is placed.
Yeah.
And this camera crane, I've seen pictures of it. It's a lot of it in All Quiet on the Western Front.
Spanish Dracula.
Spanish Dracula uses it really well. But it's huge.
Yeah.
It's this big, huge thing. Riveted together, big. The thing had to weigh tons.
Yeah.
And it's got like guys on it with the camera.
Sure.
And,
yeah. 6-7 guys.
Yeah. They're all hanging on. Like the guys on the boat in King Kong when the thing comes up through the lake.
It's exactly like that.
Yeah.
But like you say, this set designed for it.
Yes.
So we're going to take this shot all the way, again, through that wall, because we hear some screaming.
Some distraught.
So what the hell goes on here? Maybe it's obvious, but what happened? We hear
downstairs, two
long
distinct
screams with a pause in between.
Right.
And I don't think that's customary at a hanging, right?
No, I think something happened before the actual hanging.
Or a strangling.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I guess it's just up to our imagination what's happening that causes him to cry out so. Maybe he burns him with a torch. Let's hope
I'm not saying he didn't deserve it.
Yeah, I don't know why I say that. It sounded really awful. I don't want to see anybody get hurt.
You want to see Fritz get hurt?
Maybe.
You said so.
Oh my God, I'm glad he's dead. That seems to me
poetic justice.
Poetic justice, yes. Yeah. Without a lot of. I just don't think I'm not a torture porn guy, and I think that's one of the interesting things about being about trying to identify yourself as a horror fan. Like, I love fucking horror movies, but I don't know that I love all the horror movies that other people love.
No, I have no use for like the Saw movies or any of that.
I don't even want to know.
No.
Yeah, and so this is what we get here is it's quick. It's all in this minute, really.
Right.
Maybe the last minute a little bit. But it's a common refrain throughout that sort of movie is someone tortures another person, then that person exacts revenge. Boom, quick, all happens off screen. Couple of long screens, and we don't know what happened.
Do you need to? Do you need to know what happened to Fritz? What the monster did?
That's interesting because the monster kills somebody for the first time.
Right.
So it's interesting to know the details of it, how it played out. Did he?
Was there another way to resolve this?
Was there another way to resolve peacefully? I don't know.
Sit down with an arbitrator and.
I guess I want to know everything, and that's the first kill, and it happens off screen. Yeah.
It is important that it is the first kill.
Yeah.
But it's not unjustified.
Right. No question.
Which we mentioned before. Yeah.
And maybe that's why I'm wrong. That's the answer to your question. or maybe there isn't an answer to that question. Do we need to? But James Whale made this movie, and whoever edited it.
Right.
And this is what they've chosen to show.
Yeah.
Is extended, uncomfortable scenes of torture
Right.
at the hands of Fritz. A couple of long screams. We come into the room, and there
It's almost like a Sergio Leone moment.
Okay.
Where when those spaghetti westerns, I'm referring to like Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars More, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Mm-hmm.
When those came out, they were just savaged by critics as being so horrifically violent. And they're missing the point in that it's not the violent act itself, it's the buildup.
Mm-hmm.
That it's taken to almost ridiculous extremes, like in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and certainly Once Upon a Time in the West, where the build-up to the gunfight is 5-10 minutes of just people staring at each other.
Right.
The music's built. The actual moment of violence is very quick and bloodless. It's over like that.
Yeah.
The same kind of thing here. When you get the build-up with the torture, and it's a very uncomfortable scene to watch.
Yeah.
Where Fritz is torturing the monster. It's always disturbed me.
Kudos to Karloff.
Kudos to Karloff for doing an excellent job. But then, yeah.
Although, I don't know if that's acting.
Yeah,
his role is torture.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
Here, put on these boots.
Yeah.
Now this
hot, sweaty costume.
This guy who's totally an expert on fire, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's going to be jabbing a...
Stab it in your face. Don't worry about it.
That's true.
God, you make me when you mention the spaghetti westerns, it makes me think of like Halloween and how this line of thought about what's appropriate or what's horrifying has changed over time when we get
what
to
we
the
need
Saw
to see, what we
movies.
don't need to see. Right. Well,
maybe in 10, 15, 20 years we'll look back on the Saw movies and go, because
Those
they'll be
things-
on TV.
Yeah, those things
they'll
were
be on Channel 4.
How tame those were. Yeah. Well, look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, true.
You see very little.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's still scary as fuck.
Yeah, it's the menace.
Yeah, it's like I want to be anywhere else but here.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's and there's something to be said for that. I think Halloween works beautifully because you don't see a whole lot. There's not a lot of gore. There's not a lot of violence, but it works because it's not there.
I can't think of much gore in that one. Yeah.
No,
there probably is some that I'm forgetting. Actually.
There's probably a little bit of blood, but to my recollection,
people, actually, now that I think about it, some people get really hacked up in that.
But to my recollection, it's not overt.
It's
yeah, it's not what makes that effective.
We're talking about slasher movies. Like, I don't think we saw it. Oh, yeah, she got really messed up. Okay, so it's interesting to me. Henry tries to examine Fritz. He steps forward.
Yeah.
He thinks, God bless Henry, he's not ready to give up.
No. Well, as they're running down the stairs, there's that weird dubbed-in growl.
Yeah.
It's just totally out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Totally doesn't... And I assume it was a last-minute, that's a long shot of them running down the stairs. Got to remember that monster?
Yeah,
Let's put that in.
Well, it's an interesting idea to even have the long shot of them running down the stairs. So, might as well.
Right.
I guess the only thing I can think is it's a good idea to have a bit of time pass from the last scream of Fritz to when they get to the reveal. So I might as well throw a growl in there, have him run down the stairs.
Yeah. I mean, I could do without the growl, but I think the running down the stairs it's sufficient time for yeah.
So then they enter, and Fritz is hanging there, and
I think it's the same dummy that was hanging at the beginning of the movie.
Interesting.
They just put a hunchback on it and Fritz's wig.
It's fine.
Yeah,
there's nothing you need. You don't need any more.
No.
Yeah,
but I think
no reason to.
Probably the same dummy that gets thrown off the windmill at the end. Oops, spoiler.
Oh, with the wig or no?
No.
Well, and then Henry steps forward to try and do
to do some damage control.
Let me at least and the monster
none of that.
Back off.
No. Yeah.
He's vicious.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
if Henry tells the monster to back up.
Okay.
Monster is like, no, I listened to you once, and look what happens.
It's really true. It's really sad. It's really sad. This is a sad movie.
Yes.
Why are we doing this?
I can't sleep at night. That's all I think about.
Awful stuff. But this is it. This is it.
This is where the worm turns. Yeah, it's like, I trusted you once.
Yeah.
See where it got me?
Yeah.
It's some idiot jabbing me in the face with fire.
Yeah.
No, we're done. And he's not shackled anymore.
Yeah.
He's broken free.
Right.
Which could be the first scream when Fritz realizes.
He just goes, ah! Holy
Oh,
shit!
what?
That could be, huh?
Not the most helpful of reactions, but we've seen time and time again that
Yeah.
Fritz is not the
His
brightest bulb.
decision-making.
Yeah.
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 Fritz isn't the hero. Well, alas, poor Fritz. So this
Alas,
is the
poor
end.
Fritz
This
is
the
the end
last
of-
Dwight Fry
yeah.
minute.
Yep.
So yeah, this is the first
The first kill.
kill. So long, Dwight Fry.
And it looks like poor old Waldman was right all along.
Yeah, the criminal brain is finally
Shown itself.
shown itself.
But
But then again, it's
even
like-
without the criminal brain, this would have happened.
Yeah, I think so. That's
I think Fritz has a more criminal
Yeah.
brain than
exactly.
the monster
There
does.
you go. See, that's what I think. And I think it's it's the making of a monster.
Because you see in the sequel, the monster is probably one of the more human characters in the whole thing.
That's true. Yeah. Although there's some bad business there too,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
less,
Yeah.
a little bit less justified.
Just
if we're gonna
justified,
go there.
yeah.
But we'll get there.
There's a whole sequence that's...
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram.
If you dare.
I have to put something on Instagram if I keep saying that.